Hey guys, it is, 4/20. I didn't even realize that. It's April 20th. So I just started reading Crescent City yesterday, which is actually the House of Earth and Blood. I had to think about that really hard. I started reading it yesterday and I have a lot of feelings, so I'm definitely going to be vlogging this experience because stuff's happening. So this is definitely going to be spoilery, so if you don't want to have this book spoiled for you, do not watch this video. Click off now while you are safe, while you are whole, while you do not know what's going on. All right, everyone's gone. Okay, so I started reading this with basically, oh, it's dark. Sorry. I started reading this with basically no premise of like what the book's about because I did not read the inside cover. I did not read a synopsis. I haven't watched any videos about it or really anything about this book because I wanted it to be a surprise because I was really hyped up about this book. Like, I was so excited. I really have been... Why is it so dark everywhere in our apartment? I wanted to kind of go into it blind and not know a lot about it, and I wanted to just really enjoy it and live my life. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm going to take you guys with me. So just from what I read yesterday, I'm on like chapter 6 right now, I think. But so what happened? This is my feels. Let me reenact for you. Okay, I was reading. Everything's fine. Oh, I really like this book. It's kind of gritty and dirty. Like, I'm liking it way better than I'm liking Throne of Glass, which I'm also reading right now. So I was like, oh yeah, this is my shit. I like this. Okay. And then you get introduced to the two main characters, right? You get introduced to Bryce. She sounds awesome and actually super hot. Like 100% would do. And then you get to meet Danica, which also 100% energy that I dig. And then so you're going, Danica's a wolf. I'm kind of confused about how that works. Like, is she always a wolf? Is she a human wolf? Is she a werewolf hybrid? Don't know. Was a little confused about that part because she's a shifter. So anyway, moving on. So we're going through, we're reading. The pack is at their apartment and Connor is super attractive sounding. I'm really into him and Bryce together. I ship it so hard. Like, I ship it immediately. I'm like, yes, that is everything to me. Okay, cool. So then, you know, blah, blah, blah. Things are happening. Chapter 4 passes. And then all of a sudden, everything is ruined because she comes home after being like lit to hell at a bar and everyone's fucking dead. What? And then honestly, where I left off is she's like holding an angel's heart into his body so he doesn't bleed out after chasing the thing that killed Danica and Connor and all the wolves. The fuck just happened? Like, my shit is wrecked. I was really, and I'm like, that happened, like, I'm like going to work, I'm like reading, I'm about to leave, that happened, and then I have to go to work for a shift, and I was like, I just, so that's where we're at. Thank you for joining me. Gonna read some more today, but I have a big to-do list going on. So if you guys are on my Instagram stories, you would have seen my to-do list. But again, if you're watching this in the future, which you definitely are, you probably didn't see that story. So anyway, I just worked out. I have to shower, but I wanted to talk to you before I forgot. And yeah, I'll keep you posted as I read more. Okay, bye. Okay, something else I was just thinking about. I was in the shower, washed my hair, and I was sitting there and thinking to myself that Bryce's like origin story sounds a little bit similar to like Jude and Vivi in the Cruel Prince in the Holly Black books, because her mother is a human and her father is fae, like her true father is fae, and so it's like Vivi's story, I guess, more than Jude's. But, and then because she's half, she's like looked down upon, and it's a whole thing. So I was like, oh, that's kind of similar. Sorry, I'm like literally shedding. And I was like, oh, interesting. And then I was like, I wonder if anyone else is like thought about that, which like obviously probably because like I said, I really haven't watched any other videos about this book because I really didn't want to spoil it for myself. So that was me in my shower thinking. Those are my shower thoughts. And I have done like 2 things on my to-do list. One of them was literally to shower. Check. And wash my hair. Check. And then I put away all the clean clothes. And now I need to do about 100 other things. So I'm gonna get ready, and then I need to film. I have about 4 videos on my list to film today, and one of them is my bullet journal for May, and that one I can do while like listening to an audiobook or watching YouTube and stuff. So I'll probably catch up on some videos that I've been meaning to watch during that time. And speaking of that, if you guys haven't already checked it out, which I don't know when this video is going to go up, so like, could be old news, could be not even a thing anymore, nobody cares, but I did a outfits based on books video, and it is live on my channel today, the 20th, so I will link it in the description box / the cards, if I remember, because, you know, I was actually like it was super fun. I really like doing it. I might do a second one. I have a couple more outfits that I found that I might do. That was a long explanation. Okay. Anyway, that was my shower thoughts. I'll see you guys afterwards. I'm going to get ready and go. Okay, so it is almost 5 o'clock now. Weird. So I was like eating pizza rolls, The Damage, and reading because I'm chaotic. And basically what's happened so far since I talked to you last is Bryce is like in full fucking shock now because all of her friends are dead, and also she like held an angel's heart inside of him. Which I imagine would be quite traumatic to see all of your friends dead in pieces and then chase after the thing that killed them and then try to save someone who I'm pretty sure ended up dying. They don't really say, they haven't really said if he died, or maybe I missed it, I don't know. But so she's like sitting in this interrogation room in isolation all alone because she's just like not functioning. And then you get introduced to these 2 angels. One's is Isaiah and the other is Hunter, something with an H, I can't recall. And just my prediction right now, I feel like she ends up with Isaiah, but that is, again, me not knowing anything about the plot of this book. But yeah, so anyway, my prediction is she gets with Isaiah. So, basically Danica's mom, who's like a really big bitch, which you're not introduced to in person, like in dialogue form, until this moment in chapter 6. So she like busts in, you know, to the police station or whatever you call it, and it's just like, where's that fucking bitch? Where's that fucking her? And she's just like screaming about how Bryce is like a half-breed, like skank, and all this like nasty language and stuff. Basically that like she's the reason that Danica's dead, which like, I don't think so. But anyway, yeah, you just get introduced to her like for the first time, and she is everything that you were promised, like a super horrible mother in person. Word. Pretty much that's where I'm at. So I need to keep reading. I just got an update that we have strong winds coming tonight, whatever that means. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I'm having like a hard time focusing, and I also need to write today, but I'd much rather like read, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, bye. This is just a brief update that somehow the bags under my eyes have gotten larger, and that I have been in my bed watching TikTok, not reading for the last 20 minutes. Am I ashamed? No. Should I be? Probably. It is really fucking dark in this hallway. My bad, folks. Also, that did not help. Apparently, I live in the Bat Cave. Okay, I take back what I said about Bryce and Isaiah being together because you find out that he is apparently into dudes. That's cool. I dig it. But also, that's not the vibe that I was getting earlier. So, basically, I'm shook because someone else died and they're like dragging Bryce into it, which is kind of stupid because she really doesn't know anything. But like, I get it. It's part of the whole. I mean, it has to be. So, my new theory is that her and Hunt end up together, even though what's his name said he would like totally cut his dick off. Like, I'm pretty sure that that's what's gonna happen in the end because she's very bratty and he's like a total dom. Like, that's gonna be a thing. I can feel it in my soul. But where is I going with that? Oh, also that like Fury just like isn't talking to them anymore, like their friend. Like, that's really weird to me that she just like dropped off the face of the earth. So like maybe she killed Danica? Don't know. Um I think that's super weird that she just like isn't responding anymore. Like, just like isn't talking to them and it's been 2 years. Like, that's sketchy. Also, Bryce's boss is like super weird. I like don't get her whole her everything, her like mood, her vibe. It's very weird to me that just everything is weird to me. Her whole business. I don't understand. Um I should probably like start making dinner because it's 7 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock. Where the fuck is Zach? I'm about to call his ass. I was like, where you be? And he was like, still working. And I was like, what the hell? And then he was like, why didn't you text me? Why didn't you say something earlier? And I was like, because I was reading and I didn't know what time it was. And yes, I just kicked the dishwasher closed with my foot. But, so we're about to eat pizza for dinner because I'm an adult who doesn't want to make real food. So frozen pizza for the win. I can listen to like 10 more minutes of this audiobook while our oven preheats because it takes forever. And then dinner. But yeah, so I think I'm on chapter 12 now officially. I don't understand like her boss's whole thing because she's like a sorceress and she's always threatening like to turn her into like small animals, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading. Bye. Good morning. It's 9 something. I don't know. My Fitbit is not on my wrist. It's on the floor, so I couldn't tell you what time it was. That's what I have to say. So, Zach turned on the dishwasher, which is why it's going in the background and it's really loud. So I'm gonna make this super fast. So obviously I was reading last night, and did like nothing else. But I feel I just need to voice this, and I'm not sure if I already have, and if I have, I'll just edit this part out of this vlog. But I feel like Bryce's stepbrother, or whatever he is, half-brother, that's what I'm looking for. Her half-brother, Rune, there is like a lot of like really fucking weird energy between them, and I don't, it's like almost uncomfortable. Like, it's almost like he's too protective, and maybe that's supposed to be because he's like Fae and that's like a thing that they do. They're just like really protective of people, but they like don't talk. They're like not homies anymore, and he's like aggressively protective of her, and it's almost like, dare I say, sexual. It like comes off super weird, and maybe I'm just reading it really weird because I'm thirsty. I don't know, but it's very weird. It's a strange situation. And then last night, the last thing that I read was they went and they were, her and Hunt, Bryce and Hunt, are talking to the Serpent Queen, or whatever, the Snake Queen, whatever her name is. And I don't she's a very strange person. I'm not really enjoying her, but she's also supposed to be like a bad person, so whatever. I'm drinking my tea. I need to work out, and then I'm gonna read some more, so I'll talk to you guys after that. Okay, update. It's Thursday. I really don't know what time it is, to be honest. I think it's 10 something in the morning. I couldn't tell you. What's been happening? So, literally what just happened is there's a lot of sexual tension happening, which, like, I'm really there for, between Bryce and Hunt. It's gonna happen. It has to. At some point in this book, they're definitely gonna do it. Anyway, and they sort of are thinking it's Sabine, which is Danica's mom, who killed her, which, honestly, I could fucking see that. She's a psycho. But, like, right now, they're at the wolf's den, and she's, like, Bryce is being confronted, not, like, confronted, but Connor's brother is there, and he's, like, broody and, you know, doesn't like her anymore and shit, and that's getting to me, because poor baby. Poor Connor. Anyway, I'm drinking tea, and I probably should work out today, but will I? I don't know. I just want to lie in bed and do nothing, except I have to work at 1, so I have to leave at 12:30, so I really have to get up soon. That's all. Hello, welcome back to me vlogging for the first time, not in my bed. It's super messy behind me. Please ignore that. It's Friday, it's the 24th of April, and I am on like chapter 60 something of Crescent City and crying. Legitimately cried this morning about it when I was reading it, and then I had to stop reading because my partner came into our room and gave me breakfast, and I was crying, and he was just like, what's wrong with you? And then I said, you wouldn't understand, because he doesn't understand. And he's like, I don't know why you let yourself get so emotional about stuff that doesn't really happen. And I was like, and then I put my book down and I ate my fucking toast and I drank my tea and I went on with my day. But, so just everything, I'm just very emotional. Everything is ruined and I don't really know how this book wraps up from here. I'm very distraught is the word, I feel. And, like, good on Sarah J. Maas for making me feel this way, because I'm basically dead inside and have no emotions. So her doing this has really, you know, opened just a field of terror within me. Just a gushing sadness. That's what's happening. In other news, we have no water right now at our apartment. We got an email like 10 minutes ago that they shut off our water for like citywide because there was a emergency. And so that could mean anything from like a contamination to a pipe burst, and they don't want to deal with like cleaning it up with the water running. I have no idea, but it's been off for, I don't know, maybe like a half hour at this point, and I'm just super cool and went back to like camping days and reheated the water in our electric kettle, let it cool down, and used that to wash my face, and then I'm about to brush my teeth with water from my water bottle, like camping, literally, in my own home. So let's talk about what's happened. So first of all, Hunt, like, standing up to the wolves for Bryce got my motherfucking goat. But before then, let's backtrack even farther back, because I didn't talk about it because I was reading it at work and couldn't talk about it at work because I was too emotional, right? So, him going off and, like, having to kill people for Micah and then coming home to the apartment they share, and first of all, her, like, freaking out that she can't get in contact with him for like 8 hours, and her calling Rune and everything, that got my goat, because like, because she cares. Her, you know, sad, bitter heart is, like, opening. And then when he comes home and she, like, takes care of him and, like, cleans him up and, like, puts him in bed and stuff, I don't even know how to put that into words. It was so cute. Like, it was just very cute. It got my heart. It was very fluffy. And I was like, yes, my OTP, I ship it. So then, you know, more stuff's happening. And then they almost, like, bang on the counter. And then Hunt burns the eggs and they don't. And I was like, bruh. But then he stands up for her, like, to the wolves, and he, like, basically he, like, chokes out that one alpha that's such a bitch. And then he gets in trouble for it, naturally, by Micah, who is a royal grade A douchebag, and gets his wings cut off, and, like, that, when she takes care of him during that whole thing, and it's just, it gets me, I just, like, you like, really get invested, obviously. And then they, like, have relations, and then he's, like, injured, obviously, from, like, the whole no having wings thing. And so she, like, calls a med witch for him, and he goes back to bed. And then literally you're so hyped up because that happens, and then in literally the next chapter, he fucking ruins everything. Like, I started literally crying. I was so upset because this motherfucker is, like, lying to Bryce and is, like, they're gonna ruin everything. And basically you find out in the same scene, it's just, like, a lot of shit all at once. That, like, Hunt already knew what happened to Danica, and, like, Danica killed the wolves, and she killed herself because she was on this fucking crazy drug. And I literally lost my fucking shit and was crying. I'm literally about to cry now. I'm so upset. I'm so upset. And, like, I don't know how to process said emotions realistically because it is a book and these are not real people, but I am so upset. And I think there are still, there is still several chapters left, obviously, but I think I'm gonna take a break today and, like, not read anymore today and maybe come back tomorrow because I'm gonna say it again. I'm upset about the tables have turned this way, and I don't really think I can process more chaos at a time like this. But I don't know. On a good note, what I said in the beginning of the vlog where I was like, there's, like, weird sexual energy between her and Rune, which is, like, her brother. Like, obviously that's, like, dissipated, but in the beginning I feel like there really was, like, weird sexual energy there. Like, I don't know. Don't at me, but that's what I felt. Now I feel like it's more like familial, you know, like he's out of her apartment when, like, she gets home from this thing, like, finds out about Hunt and everything, and he's there to, like, take care of her and stuff, which, like, good on you. Like, be the brother you were meant to be. Don't be a dickhole anymore. But I don't know. I'm glad that they, like, end up getting closer because he seems like a character that I would be interested in kind of, like, knowing more about. But honestly, like, when in that scene where she finds out about Hunt and he turns around, I honestly, like, in all sincerity to my core, I thought it was going to be Rune that was doing this for the Autumn King, which is, like, their dad, and that it wasn't, like, blew my shit. Which, again, I'm not very good at guessing plot twists. If you've ever been in any of my wrap-ups, I'm not good at it. So, I mean, other people probably guessed this was coming, but, like, I didn't. And like I said, I haven't read or seen or heard anything about the book and the plot and, like, how it ends and anything. I haven't watched any videos or, like, read any reviews or blog posts or anything because I wanted to keep it very, like, This is very raw. But yeah, so that's what's happening. It's Friday, like I said. I'm gonna get ready for work now with no water, and hopefully, sorry, my glasses glare is like so strong. Hopefully it's hopefully I can like put this out of my mind and just think about something else. I might start reading something else at work, like maybe listen to like an audiobook or something. Because I did start listening to Serpent and Dove a couple weeks ago, and I haven't finished it, obviously. I also haven't finished like half of my TBR for this month because why would I do that? I don't know, but I'm gonna get ready now and stop rambling. This is gonna be a nightmare to edit. Like, good luck editing, Courtney. May the odds be in your favor. Okay, we're here. It's Saturday night. Anyway, only people who watch Friends will know what I said. Okay, so ignore my makeup because we just went to the store, so a lot of it rubbed off on my mask. That's fine. So let's catch up. Where was I last when I talked to you? I don't know. But basically, what has happened so far that you missed that I have strong feelings about are that Hunt was like sold or like given back to the other archangel, who is like his dead lover's twin, which like that's a lot to unpack. And then so he's like leaving to go with her to like the summit, and all of a sudden fucking Bryce busts in and is like, I give you $97 million for this fucker. And the angel just like laughs at her basically because like, what? And then she basically like spills all the tea and tells everyone that Bryce is the Autumn King's daughter, which nobody put that together, which that confuses me because I feel like someone somewhere would have put that together besides Rune. And like, I mean, Rune knew obviously, but like, I feel like, yeah, anyway, so Rune basically like drags her out because he's like, yeah, she's my sister, I claim her by like the alpha blah blah fae laws, whatever it is that like women are property. So he's like, you can't take her, you can't have her, whatever she says doesn't make sense, like it doesn't matter. And so he like drags her out of he like drags her away from Hunt, and then Hunt is like leaving with the archangel because he has to, and he like looks at Bryce and is basically like, I don't owe you anything. You don't owe me anything. Don't fuck with me. Like, don't try to find me. Don't try to follow me. Like, all dramatic. And to, like, make her not look for him, because apparently this archangel's, like, bad news bears. And she just, like, loses it. Obviously, she's crying and shit. And it just really got me. It made me feel many feels, because, for one, like, good on you, bro, for trying to protect your lady and not have her, like, come after you. But, like, did you really have to go that hard after she already thinks you don't love her or ever loved her? That you were, like, faking it the whole time? Because, like, you probably didn't, but that's okay. And then, yeah, so then she, like, yells mean things at Rune, and Rune yells mean things back, and then she walks out and leaves and goes to the docks because why not? And then she's attacked by a demon because of course she is. And then him and his homies save her. And that's where I ended because I had to go to work at that time. And I'm very distraught. I walk into work and my boss is like, are you okay? And I just look at her and I said, no, but it's nothing to do with real life. And then she said, okay. Didn't question it and just kept on working. So that's what's happening. Also, like I said, I had my mask on because we did like I have to wear one at work now. Technically you don't have to till May 1st, but we are wearing them at work now for carry-out service, because we're dealing with the public and like gloves and stuff. And we, I know I did a lot of reading today at work, but not on like Crescent City. I was reading something like an ebook on my phone, and I will end up talking about it in my wrap up because I'm almost done with it, but it's super cute. I'm very happy about it. So it was fluffy and it helped me distract from my distraughtness because the two dudes I work with did not want to hear about how I was distraught over a fictional fight between two fake people. But just so you know, I am distraught, forlorn, any other words I can think of to describe my emotions. That's all. I'm gonna make nachos now. Okay, bye. Okay, hello. Update. It's Sunday. It's 3:04 on the 26th, and so much fucking shit went down since I last talked to you. Okay, so I was driving to work. We're gonna do a dramatic recreation right now. This is me driving to work, listening to the audiobook of Crescent City, driving to work. And Micah is the bad guy. Who would have pegged that? I mean, he was totally an asshole, but I like kind of didn't peg him for this. So it all comes out. He like shows up, and Bryce texts Jessica, her boss, who's at the summit, and then they like throw the video screens up. So Rune and the Autumn King and Hunt and like the other Archangel, Sandriel, and like all these people are watching her basically get, like, she's like about to get murdered. And so Micah, like, it's this whole thing. She is the horn. The horn is tattooed onto her. Danica tattooed the horn onto Bryce. Like, first of all, I have many thoughts about this because kind of like that Danica's a shitty person. Like, I really liked her in the beginning and like, oh yeah, she does some messed up stuff. Like, nobody's perfect, blah, blah, blah. But like, that's insane. Like, I understand that, like, yeah, hide it in plain sight. No one would look there. But, like, what? I wouldn't, like, honestly, I could never in my life picture myself in any situation being like, I'm gonna put this super dangerous thing in my best friend and hopefully she doesn't die. Like, what? So yeah, so anyway, so Micah was like, yeah, I realized it was you after the Chrysalis demon attacked you once your amulet was gone, and it's the first thing it did when I summoned it, and then he basically like beats the shit out of her, and then tries to summon the horn, and he injects her with synth, which is like the synthetic magic that's supposed to heal the horn, and it like doesn't work. And then she kind of gets away from him, and he throws her, basically her pet, into a big cage of water that has like this scary mer demon thing in it, and like she's worried he's gonna drown. So then her and like the fire sprite end up like locking Micah into the bathroom magically, and she basically saves him. She saves her little pet friend, whose name all of a sudden I can't recall, and it's because I'm really worked up about this. And so, again, we're in my car. This is an exact replica of what happened. So I'm driving, I'm rounding the bend, and he throws him into the cage, and I shit you not, I went like that as I'm driving, because I was, sorry if anyone was wearing headphones just then, I was like, oh my god, no he did not, and I was very upset. So and then I'm like half crying because it's very dramatic. I'm very dramatic. And, like, he can't die. That's so sad. She only has one more friend. And then I had to go to work. So that's all that's happened. I'm going to start listening the rest of the way now while I'm putting away my laundry, because I'm super, super cool. And, yeah, I have, I think, like 2 hours left or 3 hours left. Maybe more, 4, I think it's 4 hours left, but I'm listening on like double speed because I literally can't stand to not know what's happening, so I have it like double time, and it's actually not making it that weird. Like some books it makes it really weird sounding, but this one's not that bad. But anyway, that's what's happening. And yes, okay, bye. Okay, it's Tuesday. It's like 10:30. I need to get up, but I'm drinking tea and not getting up. So I definitely could have finished Crescent City yesterday, but I didn't because I wanted to finish it today because yesterday Zach was home and I felt bad listening to my audiobook when he was sitting there next to me, so I was not doing that. Okay, but what I did read of yesterday, I feel like I want to comment on before I forget. Also, when I couldn't remember Syrinx's name like 2 minutes ago in the last clip, or 2 clips ago, that was a dark moment for me. Anyway, so what happened since I talked to you last was basically that, like, the new witch queen, Hypexia, she takes off the, like, tattoo on Hunt's brow that, like, controls his power, and he freaking rips Sandriel's head off at the summit. He kills her. She is dead. 2 governors deceased in, like, the same day. What? And then, well, does that happen before or after Bryce's thing? I don't know, whatever. And then Bryce also reveals that she is, like, starborn. Like, she has star power. Like, she can summon light, and she's hidden it, and that she hid it so that Rune wouldn't, like, lose his standing with his dad when they were younger, and, like, it's just everything. And, like, she's, like, running through the streets, like, slicing demons and such, because the portal was open that Micah tried to do. And then the, like, Wolf Prime, like, Danica's grandfather, is like, there is one wolf in the city. And everyone's like, what the fuck? No, they're not. And he's like, there she is. And like, Sabine's like, you can, like, sense Danica's sword, blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, no, she's a true wolf. And I freaking lost my shit. This little old man loves Bryce just like I do. But also, I take back what I said about Danica being a bad person for inking the horn on Bryce, because I didn't realize she knew about Bryce being starborn, because they don't tell you until, like, right then. So I sort of take it back because, like, she knew she could handle it, but I still think it's weird that she did that. But yeah, that's what's happened. I need to... I don't know. I have a lot of feelings. Basically, when Bryce called Hunt and, like, thought she was gonna get voicemail, and then he answered, that got my goat. And she, like, says all these things, you know, like how she forgives, like, she, you know, forgives him and all that stuff, and then that she'd forgiven, like, to tell Rune that she'd forgiven him forever ago, and, like, that, you know, to thank Juniper for, like, not letting her jump off a roof, and all these things. And it was just like, it was just everything. I was so emotional because she thinks she's gonna die, which it could be possible. I'm low-key waiting for the demon prince that they summon to show up through one of the portals and save her. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. That's my guess, because Hunt and all of the crew are, like, on their way from the summit to help her, but they're, like, an hour away, and she's not, like, they're, like, a half hour away by helicopter, or an hour, I can't remember, but, like, they're not gonna get there in time. She's definitely gonna be dead in a half hour. So I think the prince, whose name I can't remember, is gonna show up. The one who was, like, a white cat. I'm pretty sure he's gonna show up. I'm waiting for it. That's all. Okay, bye. Also, one more thing. So, basically yesterday I was, like, really emotional about this book, and it's dark in here, sorry. So, but what got me was, so Bryce is, like, fighting off all these demons. She's by herself. It's a whole thing because the rich people and all the veneer are in the safe houses, bunkers, I don't know what they're called in the book, I don't remember, I'm sorry. But so then, like, she's over the broadcast at the summit on the phone when she's at the end when she's talking to Hunt, and she's like, I'm going to Meadow Hill, something like that, because that's where all the humans are and they have no protection. And the bunkers aren't letting the humans in because veneer are basically racist assholes. And so she's like over the speakers, and then Declan, one of Rune's friends, patches in, like connects her with all the wolves and all the other Ox, like all the police, like all the Ox members. And then Ethan, which is Connor's brother, just is like, we're with you, Bryce, blah, blah, blah. And then they fucking go and fight with her. And she pushes him into the bunker before her, and she gets locked out, and he's inside. And I'm like, yes, queen, like, take care of your boy's boy. I don't know. It's their relationship's very complicated, but like, it just got me feeling a lot of feels because I don't know. She couldn't save Connor, but she saves Ethan, and that's like really cute because he's also like basically a child. He's super young. And yeah, I put on workout pants to work out, but am I going to work out? The ultimate question, probably not. I have to finish my bullet journal for this month of May. Spoiler, if you can even see it. I don't know if you can. But I have to do that today, so I'm going to start that while I drink my pre-workout, like filming it the rest of the way, and finish my tea, and just basically try to get my shit together today, because already 10:30. Hey. That's fine. Also, like, from looking like a camera and mirror, I look a lot like chunkier than I am in real life, I think. Whatever, it's fine. You guys don't care what I look like. Well, most of you probably don't, so updates later. She made the drop alone, and Danica gave the rest of her soul to push her back to the top to make the ascension. Like, to go back to her body. And it's getting me feeling a lot of feels. I just, through love, all things are possible, or whatever the saying is in the background. And the Prime just like said it in the conference room. It's like, I just feel a lot of feelings towards this book. You guys, don't judge me. I'm very emotional, apparently. Okay, I was listening while I was getting ready, and like, please excuse how like unblendedly patchy my bronzer is right there. We're just gonna pretend like it's fine. I just finished the book, and the Iseri, or whatever they are called, the scary angels, they gave Hunt his freedom, which is awesome, but also they were like, don't step out of line or I'll kill you, and that's terrifying. And then, you know, like, that's great and all. So they, I don't know, like, it ends with Jessica, her boss, like, talking to Adonis, I don't know how to say his name, the like Prince of Hell that Bryce summoned, and being like, don't fuck us over, bro, and him being like, not when it's gonna get interesting, and then it just ends like, bitch, what? So also, like, the Underking let Bryce see like the pack in the mist of like between the Bone Quarter and her, and like that was pretty cool because like she responds to Connor finally, and then like the Underking lets her see them, and that got me feeling some type of way. But I'm not gonna cry again because this makeup is not gonna last through tears, and I have to film videos like right now. But yeah, so I feel a lot of feelings. I'm really, and then, you know, that's how I feel. So I'm gonna talk about it. This will probably be up after my April wrap up. I'm not really sure when it's gonna go up, but I have a lot of feelings, and I hope you guys take a shot every time I cry in this vlog, because I cried like 6 times. But that's fine. I'm fine. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Hopefully we can do this again soon, sometime. Vlogging, I haven't vlogged in like a really long time, I feel. So we're doing it. We're having a good time. And I hope you guys are enjoying your day. Hopefully it's sunny where you are. And you are embracing your best life. I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.